settle in. We think we've got a good one. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson with you. Off we go on Sunday Night Football. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. So that Detroit offense taking the field for the first time. Number 1 overall pick in 2016 leads him out, Greg. It's quarterback Jared Goff.
I don't know about you, Mike, but my biggest takeaway from our meeting with him was just how important it is that they get off to a fast start. He made it very clear. They wanted to put their opponent on their heels right from the jump. So I think early in this game, they're going to come out swinging right from their opening whistle.
First carry now for Jahmyr Gibbs. He's got room to run right at the start. And he is going to run it all the way down near the red zone. A huge play right off the bat. And even 50 yards.
And the Lions first down. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
You talk about a big-time run right out of the gate. I mean, there was nothing special here play call-wise. He just found a crease, hit it, and he was off.
First down, and they stick with Gibbs. He did not want to go down there. Carrying tacklers, it's a gain of 9.
10 yards.
The best offensive play callers in the NFL, Mike, do a great job tying in their under-center run game, like we just saw here, with their under-center play action game. And the ability to make those two things look alike, man, it puts a lot of stress on the defense.
Once again, it's Gibbs. And he'll work forward for a yard. That's all he needed. This is going to be a first down.
Well, here's where you really see the value of having a good run. 3rd and short, 4th and short. The ability to just keep it simple, win up front, turn around, hand the ball to your back, and say, okay, more likely than not, we're going to get a fresh set of downs, maintain possession, and now continue to find opportunities to go generate points.
Goff gives it to Gibbs. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
The key to great defensive line play is the get-off. When that ball moves, how fast can you get off the ball and get into the backfield? That's exactly what we saw here. Quick read, react, get off the block, take him down for a loss.
Throwing on 2nd down. Goff. That one taken in. Amon-Ra, St. Brown. Touchdown, Lions. And that is the way to start a game. Not just score, but, Greg, score quickly. A nice opening drive for the first 6 points.
Well, it seems like the hour spent on that opening game script was time well spent. I mean, to take the ball right down the field that quickly, right out of the gates, that's a pretty good opening drive and an early 6 points.
Now Jake Bates on for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Lions will take a 7-0 lead.
Lions 7, Commanders 0.
So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. Now return coming from the 7. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Washington offense going to make their way to the field for the first time. They are led by the former Heisman Trophy winner out of LSU, Jaden Daniels.
I always like studying quarterbacks in year 2. I think rookie year, there can either be a lot of growth, right? There's the biggest ability to take that jump, but there's also some struggles you have to work through. In year 2, a full offseason, really understanding the playbook, things have kind of slowed down for you. I feel like year 2 is a really good indicator of what long-term success looks like for any young quarterback. So these, Mike, are the body blow runs. They're not big gains, they're nothing fancy, but they really set that physical tone for the rest of the game where now a good play caller can use some of these early runs to set up something a little bit bigger down the road.
They'll go play action here with Daniels. He runs with it, and he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. Can't beat those legs. 13-yard pickup. A scramble leads to a first down.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
Complete to Noah Brown. And we'll see where they spot this. Very close to a first down. He's forced out just shy of the mark.
The drag route is certainly not the most complicated route on the route tree, but a really nice job there using the scheme to create separation. He did a really nice job there working across the middle of the field as he made himself open.
Here's a give up the middle with White, and that should be enough. He works his way forward to pick up a first down.
It's possible they could have tried to be a little bit more aggressive on second down, knowing they had 3rd and inches in their back pocket. But I don't think anyone's going to complain. Pick up the first down, extend the drive, see if you can go score.
On first down, Daniels. Down the field, he's got his tight end Okonkwo. And he's going to be out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, inside the 20. It's a gain there of 26 yards.
We spent so much time talking about arm strength, and while that certainly has a place in the conversation, look at the touch of this ball, Mike. It's a deep corner route. This ball needs to have the right pace, the right trajectory to not only get it over the second-level defenders, but get that ball down into the hands of his target. He makes it look a lot easier than it actually is.
They get 14 yards and set up first and goal.
First and goal, Washington.
This opening drive, it has been a work of art. Now, can they put the finishing touches on? It's first and goal. Off the bootleg. Here's Daniels. Oh, no chance there. Under a heavy rush, he goes down.
The offense goes from feeling really good about the previous play with a real nice pickup to then on the ensuing play ending up going the complete opposite direction. Really nice job here by the defense, immediately getting back on track. And what do the coaches say? Just play the next play, and that's exactly what they did.
All the way back at the 14 now. Second down and goal. Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. That is caught at the 3.
So think back to earlier in the week, Mike, and they told us they want to get him going here early and often. So I'd expect plenty of passes to head his way as this game unfolds.
Line of scrimmage, the 3. Third and goal. From the shotgun, it's Daniel. Oh, got him again the second time with a sack on this opening drive.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sit and duck for this pass rush.
Now Dan Quinn will send out the field goal unit. This about as short as you can get. That one is good. And the Commanders are on the board. It's 7-3.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone, and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. A safe kick taken at the 5. The Lions offense ready to get going with their second possession. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. On play action, Goff is caught left side by St. Brown. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. What a way to kick off a drive. That's a gain of 30 and another first down.
This defense just gets punched in the mouth on that one, Mike, and it just seemed from up here that not everyone on defense was on the same page, and the offense was able to take advantage of it. The defense has to clean things up here in a hurry, because if they don't, they could be in for a long day.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And a good job following his blockers, a gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
From the gun, it's Goff. That'll be caught. It's Jahmyr Gibbs. And it'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the 1st down.
That's good.
And this is what modern-day running back looks like in the NFL. They want to be able to activate these players in the passing game, no different than they do with the tight ends and the wide receivers. When you look out there and you have a mismatch, you have a linebacker or a safety on your running back, he's expected to win, and that's exactly what he did here. You know, it's easy to sit up here and say, hey, just keep running the ball. They've been efficient, just kind of wear down this defense by 1,000 different paper cuts. But the problem is it's only contingent upon your ability to keep the score down. So if you want to continue to run the ball this often, they're going to have to look to their defense to play really well.
A 2nd down throw for Goff. Open man, it's Jameson Williams. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. 13 yards on the catch there. 1st down, Detroit.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
They'll run with Gibbs. And he shows off his strong legs running through one tackle. Give him a gain of 8.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
They'll run with the former 7th-round draft pick, Isaiah Pacheco. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Drops for the loss of a yard.
A loss of 2 yards. It's now 3rd down and 3.
So, we are through 1 here on Sunday Night Primetime. It's the Lions who have the early lead. And we are back to the Motor City in a moment. Lions ball to begin the 2nd quarter. Good drive to this point. Now can you convert on 3rd and 3? Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. As we are ready to get back underway. And he's going to have the first down. They convert on third, and it sets up a first and goal.
First down.
Nothing really fancy about that last completion, but what it does do, Mike, is now they are on the doorstep of the end zone. So now they've got to find a way to finish this long drive with a touchdown.
They'll bring St. Brown in motion. That is caught, and he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1 yard line 10 times, and then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal, but
good blocking, and he's in. Jameer Gibbs. Touchdown, Detroit. A lot of big bodies down there, but at the end of the day, the one that mattered, the one with the ball, finds the end zone for the touchdown.
yeah, once that back gets the ball, Mike, he's just looking for a little crack of daylight, and he's thinking, I'm going to run into it and just hope I come out the other side. And in this case, the other side's the end zone, and they get 6.
Here's Bates for the extra point. He's got it, and the Lions extend their advantage to 14-3.
Lions 14, Commanders 3.
So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. This taken at the 5. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Commanders' offense are now ready to get going. On their second possession, they trail now 14-3, so an 11-point deficit as they start things out with 1st and 10. On the zone read, here's Daniels. And, they smacked him down there. Big hit, right at the line. No gain.
No gain on the play.
You know, Mike, it's funny, when you're facing these really elite defensive linemen, sometimes it's easier to make them the read guy rather than actually try to block them. Unfortunately, they're elite for a reason, and sometimes they're still able to make the play like we saw here.
He'll take off again. They'll mark him down just shy of the 40. A great job of knowing when to go. He gets 17 yards on that run and a first down.
First down.
You can see here, Mike, the impact that sending your receivers deep does to the defense. You add so many layers, and the defense has to get so much depth in their pass coverage. It leaves a lot of room underneath, and that's exactly what the quarterback takes advantage. Tucks the ball down, turns into a runner, picks up the first down. I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, here's Daniels. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. Aiden Hutchinson in for the sack. It is a loss of 8, and now it's 3rd down.
I think the most frustrating element to all of this is when you look downfield, there's guys open. There's plays to be made downfield in the passing game, but quite frankly, the pass protection has just been so bad that they haven't been able to take advantage of any of it.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. Tries to get that one down the field, but it is incomplete. Terry McLaurin, the intended target on that one. And it's going to lead to 4th down.
I like the fact that they took a shot on 3rd and long, right? A lot of offenses in that situation would be a little bit more conservative playing for the 4th down punt. They're trying to pick up a big chunk play through the air, but now that you can't connect, it all but guarantees you got to punt this ball away as it brings up 4th and long.
And how about that? Nice return there, picking his way up past the 35-yard line. Jahmyr Gibbs and the Detroit offense set to take over again. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him and your offensive line. He's had big opening after big opening and big numbers in this first half. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. They'll start this one on the ground with Gibbs. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield. Give him 14 on that play. One play, 1 first down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Commanders' 46-yard line.
From the 46-yard line, a 2nd down and 6. Now Goff. That's a short one caught by Laporta. And they'll take this down inside the 35. Goff hooking up with his tight end Laporta, and they give the Lions a 1st down.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the 1st down.
The tackle by Leo Chanel. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 8. We'll go play action with Goff. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. The tight end, Sam Laporta, the intended receiver.
8 yards to go.
3rd down coming up.
I'm not so sure he would have picked up the 1st down had they connected either way, but still, disappointing outcome to not at least get a handful of positive yards on that last one.
From the gun, on 3rd down, it's Goff. To the right side, that's St. Brown. And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively, and now decision time. What are you going to do on 4th down?
I'm an aggressive guy by nature, Mike, so whenever I get 4th and short in plus territory, I want to go for it. You're not going to win many games in this league settling for field goals. You have to capitalize when you find yourself in a position to score.
They'll go for it. Here's Goff. He's got his man complete. That's to Slaw. And he will get into the end zone. Isaac to Slaw. Touchdown, Lions.
You know, Mike, I think we're going to see a lot of this, and you know why? It's the new kickoff rule. So think about it. In the old days, you'd kick a field goal, you'd kick a touchback, and your opponent would have the ball on the 20. You didn't give up as much field position, but you only got 3 points. Nowadays, you go for 3 points and you kick a touchback. They get the ball on the 35. It's almost 30 yards of field position. You're just better off going for touchdowns when you get in here tight.
Bates now for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Lions move out to a 21-3 advantage.
Commanders 3.
So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. This one taken at the 7. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. Here comes the Washington offense now. They get set to take over. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this drive. First down now. Throwing now. Daniels. Forced out wide. Off he goes. And he's out of bounds after a pickup of 3.
Nothing open here downfield. I think it's a good job just getting to the edge, getting something positive, getting out of bounds.
From the 29, here's 2nd and 7. Daniels going to keep it on the zone read.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You can see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short game.
3rd and 5. To throw is Daniels. He'll try to run for it. Can't beat those legs. 13-yard pickup. A scramble leads to a first down.
This is an element that defensively you always have to be ready to defend. You can't just accept that it's a pass and be so consumed with the receivers downfield. You have to account for the quarterback as a scrambler. You can see why, as he's able to get out of the pocket and pick up the first down.
And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional. You become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
A bit of a quick hitter here. What you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
Two minutes to go here till halftime. Greg and I back from Ford Field in Detroit in a moment. Here comes 3rd and 6. Here's Daniels. He'll find Rashad White. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down.
It's really just an extended handoff. Get the ball out wide to your running back in space and make the defense tackle him. That's really all this is. Something small turns into a nice pickup.
On 1st and 10, here's Daniels. He takes off. And Daniels will slide to a stop. Wise move as a young quarterback. That's how you stay around and become a vet. He picked up the first down.
The defense is going to have to come up with a plan for this quarterback using his legs, Mike, or it's going to be a long day. They knew coming in he was a threat, but I'm not sure they thought he would be this effective this early.
Shotgun snap and a give to White. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 31-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 9. They'll throw with Daniels. Open right side is Okonkwo. And they're in business now. He is out of bounds inside the 10.
22 yards.
That is a gain of 22, and it sets up first down and goal.
First and goal.
Having a tight end that can contribute in the passing game, Mike, I mean, it just seems like it's become more and more common throughout the entire league. And not only do you have to be reliable, but you have to be athletic enough after the catch to take advantage of some of these targets. So it's exactly what he does here, and you can tell why he's such a big part of this offense.
The Commanders will signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. They need 6 for the touchdown. Second and goal. Now Daniels. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. Now a timeout here by Washington. That is their second. Clock will stop with 33 seconds to go until halftime. Work to do following the sack. It is third and long. Throwing is Daniels. That's going to be broken up in the end zone. Incomplete. There was no space to fit that one in. And now here comes fourth and goal.
I think as the offense comes to the sideline now, the quarterback and his wide receivers need to get together and say, hey, guys, what are you seeing out there? How can we find some open targets? Because on that last down, there was nowhere to go with the ball.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Commanders are back within 2 scores.
And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Now return coming from the 7. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Jahmyr Gibbs and the Detroit offense set to take over again. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with first and 10. They're just going to run it here up the middle. He'll get about 2. Trey Amos there to make the tackle.
Trey Amos on the stop. A 3-yard pickup brings up second and 7 at the 29-yard line.
So halftime straight ahead, and we go down to Scott Hansen, who has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thank you, my friend. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to the kickoff of this second half. Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start.
Washington will take
the Commanders' offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. On play action, Daniels. He'll step up and run this. And he'll get this forward for positive yardage as he covers up in the end.
Brings up 2nd.
Well, give him some credit. Initially, that looked like it was going to be a sack. He's able to escape the pressure and get away, picks up a little bit of yardage, but at least he avoids taking that shot.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd down and 7. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. They can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
The whole idea of that short pass is designed to get the ball into the hands of the receiver in space and let him do the rest after the catch. But the key word there, Mike, is get the ball into the hands of the receiver. He doesn't secure the catch, so there is no run after.
And that is incomplete.
Missed opportunities like these are a big reason why they find themselves down double digits here in the 3rd quarter, Mike. Points on this possession could have gone a long way towards making this game competitive, but instead, poor execution, especially in the passing game, and it's another wasted drive.
Oh, not the best of snaps, and this one is blocked. And that is blocked.
The long snapper is going to have to shoulder this one, Mike. I mean, this one falls flat on his plate. He put his punter in a really bad spot, and he wasn't able to bail him out, and disaster strikes.
Jahmyr Gibbs and the Detroit offense set to take over again. They'll begin with the football in the red zone already as the defense has their back to the wall to start this drive. Off the play fake, here's Goff. Catch is made by Wright. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
Brings up 2nd and
Really well
9.
done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started. You know, Mike, early in my time in Carolina, we were kind of on the forefront of this NFL zone read revolution. Cam Newton, one of the best to ever do it. I have seen up close and personal, when you run the zone read the right way, it is a nightmare for a defense to defend.
He'll be wrapped up there down at the 3-yard line.
Trey Amos on the stop. A gain of 3 brings up 2nd and goal at the 3-yard line.
The ball a little closer now. It is 2nd and goal. Now, faking the give. He's got it at the 3. And he'll take it on in. Sam Laporta. Touchdown, Detroit. Well, the play fake gets its job done, and so too does the tight end. Always a great target down there, as you know, Greg, near the end zone.
And this is where, Mike, so many tight ends do their damage. Down here in the goal line where the threat of run gets so much attention. And oftentimes it just takes the slightest hesitation by a defender. You see a tight end pop wide open, and in this case, results in the touchdown.
Here's Bates for the extra point. His kick is good, and the Lions will extend this 3rd quarter lead.
Commanders 6.
So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. This one taken at the 7. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Commanders offense ready to take over possession of the football. They're in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. Play action. Here's Daniels. Now pass deep for McLaurin. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up second down.
Second and 10.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
It'll take this ahead for a gain of about 5. And here comes third down.
Gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
From the shotgun, it's Daniel. Now a deep ball looking for Brown. And he'll be out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35-yard line.
And a Washington
A big play there for Washington. It's a gain of 34. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Off the zone read, Daniels gonna hang on to it.
And these are body blows on any defense. This quarterback has the ability to make guys miss and do a lot of damage in the run game. And that's a nice pickup there.
At the 24-yard line.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd and 3. They'll run over center with White. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that.
And with that run, Mike, even though it brings up 3rd down, it still keeps this offense in what they call a 50-50 downs. It means with the down and distance provided, you can call a run or a pass, and both are equal threats. And that's what makes it so hard for these defenses to defend those situations.
He's got a man. It's McLaurin. And he will easily pick up the 1st down. They've got 1st and goal coming up.
For a Washington 1st down. 1st and goal, Washington.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
And he's going to get upended right at the line of scrimmage. And he's picked up and thrown down.
Brings up 2nd and
A loss
goal.
was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits. What do you feel comfortable dialing up here on 2nd and goal?
Throwing on 2nd down. Daniel. Work in the middle of the field, but that is incomplete. Trying to get that one to Noah Brown. And now it's 3rd and goal.
And that's another brutal drop for an offense that has struggled to catch the ball up to this point. And yes, you can nitpick about ball placement and whatnot, but listen, the reality is at this level, if it hits your hands, you have to find a way to come down.
That's going to be broken up in the end zone. Incomplete. There was no space to fit that one in. And now here comes 4th and goal.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way. Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in first and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Now, here comes a return from the 9. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. Jameer Gibbs and the Detroit offense set to take over again. And you have to imagine the defense is saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the third quarter. Laporta in motion. On the ground to start, they give it to Gibbs. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5.
And he has been a handful to deal with throughout this entire contest, Mike. And they came into the game saying, we want to impose our will on the defense, and that's exactly what they've been able to do.
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and 5. From the gun, it's Goff. Quick slant, caught by St. Brown. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
And the Lions.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where you got to find green grass. Get past the first down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can drop all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop.
After that play, we have one of the Commanders who is down. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 9. On the handoff, this is Gibbs. And some good blocking at the point of attack. A pickup of 7, and it brings up 3rd down.
At the 50-yard line.
It's tough to completely celebrate, Mike, when you don't pick up the first down, but that's a run you will take every single time. I mean, good yardage, and in a lot of situations, it'll get you the first down, just not here.
They're going to try to run here with Gibbs. He gets free. Still going. And he will go all the way. Jameer Gibbs. Touchdown, Lions. He's got another one. His 2nd touchdown of the evening. Good-looking rushing touchdown there. Offensive line does its job. And back taking off to the end zone for the touchdown.
Mike, you're exactly right. He might get credit in the box score for that long rushing touchdown, but it was the big guys up front who were able to make that play possible.
Bates now for the extra point. He knocks it through, and the Lions are going to extend their lead.
Makes the score Lions 35, Commanders 9.
So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. Here comes a return from the 5. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Commanders' offense and Jaden Daniels ready to take over once more. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end, trying to come up with a way to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those into big plays. Man in motion is Brown. They fake the jet sweep and will hand it up the middle. And the struggles in the running game continue. They take him down behind the line.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Hey, motion.
Oh, nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
No gain on the play. It's now 3rd down and
1. It is 3rd and long. Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
So here in the second half, it's obvious the offense finds themselves in a tough spot, trailing by this many points. But really what makes it difficult is when you have to operate, Mike, in a comeback situation where you have to air the ball out every single play, it stresses your offensive line, it stresses your quarterback, it stresses your playmakers. It is just a really difficult way to play offensive football in the NFL, and they've got to do it really for the remainder of this half.
Jameer Gibbs and the Detroit offense set to take over again. They've definitely outplayed their opponents to this point in the 3rd quarter. They might be looking to grind out some first downs and chew up some valuable time on the clock. Gives it to Gibbs, and he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
Great job here by this linebacker, Mike. There was no reading and reacting. From the snap, he was attacking. Meets the ball carrier right at the line of scrimmage. No gain.
2nd and 10. Once again, it's Gibbs. He'll look forward for maybe a yard. Frankie Luvu there to make the play defensively.
A gain of 1 brings up 3rd down and 9.
Third and 9. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. This one's broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball, and it is 4th down.
And that's exactly how you teach it. They want these defenders to time the hit, that right when the ball gets there, you separate the receiver from the ball. And those are the ones on offense, man. You just have to make that catch, Mike. I know it's easier said than done, but you know the hit's coming. You've got to squeeze that thing, brace for impact, and make that play for your offense.
The Commanders' offense ready to get back to work. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run by White. Up the sideline at the 35. And he's out of bounds, up close to the 45-yard line.
It's a gain of 20.
Terrific start to this drive. Gain of 23 and a 1st down.
First down.
Well, that's how you get a drive started. A big play here in the run game, and you have to imagine this is something we're going to continue to see. Success early in the drive typically results in success later in the drive.
So, 3 quarters now in the books. And Sunday Night Primetime continues after this. To throw is Daniels on 1st and 10. Now he'll run it.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd and 4. Man in motion is Brown. On 2nd down, it's Daniels. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. A gain there of 15. First down, Washington.
A gain of 15.
And this completion certainly won't be changing the outcome of the game by any means, but I do think there is something to be said for teams that continue to fight. They continue to try to at least finish this game and have something to build off of going into next week.
Jaden Daniels on the keeper. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8 at the Lions' 33-yard line.
From the 33, here's 2nd and 8. Daniels now going to look to throw. He's going to get it to Okonkwo. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 5.
The motion man here is McLaurin. On 3rd down, they'll throw with Daniels. He'll get this one complete to Brown. And the defense hands him up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down.
The most impressive thing about this drive, Mike, has really just been their efficiency. They've just continued to pick up 1st downs, fresh sets of downs. We just saw there with that 3rd down conversion, continue to possess the ball. These opportunities to come away with points continue to go up.
And he slides and covers up at the end, avoids the hit, and picks up decent yardage along the way.
At the 16.
Initially, they do a really nice job taking away his 1st and 2nd reads, but what they fail to do is account for him as a runner. He ends up making something positive out of a play that initially didn't look like it had much of a chance.
He's got it inside the 5. And he's in. Terry McLaurin. Touchdown, Washington. Well, it's not going to be enough, but at least they find the end zone at the end of a hard week's work. At least a little payoff with a touchdown, Greg.
Mike, you can just chalk this one up in the column of too little, too late. Give credit to this offense for not going down without a fight, but they're not going to have enough time to find themselves back in this one.
Tanner Brown on now for the point after. It's up and through. And the Commanders are able to edge a bit closer.
Commanders 16.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Here's Williams on the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Here's the Detroit offense now, headed back onto the field. This one appears to be safe in hand. It has been a clinical performance to this point. Now they'll try to finish up strong. Run up the middle, it's his. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line. They'll get 11 there. And that's a quick first down.
Here's a case of an offense just piling on. You're really imposing your will on the defense. Everyone in the stadium knows you're going to run it. The defense knows it, you know it. And no matter what they do, they have no answers whatsoever.
First down, and they stick with Gibbs. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5.
On the stop. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 43-yard line.
From the 43, here's 2nd down and 5. Now they'll pitch it out here. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
And after that negative run, I think this changes the play call now on 3rd down. So this offensive line has to be a lot better on 1st and 2nd down to gain positive yards. Stay on track because you don't want to be in 3rd and pass too often in today's NFL.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's gone. And the defense can't stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down.
It's a gain of 8. And the Lions first down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a first down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
That's quickly out to Williams. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
It's a gain of 7.
The timing of these RPO concepts, that's the entire key. Remember, Mike, in the college game, they get a 3-yard window that they're allowed to be downfield even on a forward pass. That's not the rule in the NFL. These decisions have to be made quickly. If not, even after a good pickup, you could be coming back due to a flag.
He's trying to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Going to lose a yard.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings them down for a loss.
They'll set up the screen to Pacheco. And he's going to have the first down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going.
That's another.
Offensively landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that would be a bit of a letdown.
And he'll be out of bounds as the first down completion nets about 3.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 7. To throw is Goff. To the outside, that's St. Brown. And he'll get about 3 here on 2nd down before he's out of bounds.
That's a gain of 3.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
He'll get this one complete to St. Brown.
A gain of 9 yards. That's good for a Lions first down. First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
To Slaw, the man in motion. Set to go now on 1st and 10. They'll run it straight ahead with Pacheco. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4.
In order to be successful as a run-heavy offense, Mike, it's so important that you remain really efficient on 1st and 2nd down. The last thing you want is to be in 3rd and pass, and it really throws off what you feel like your strengths are. So now you get down here in the red zone, it's got to be touchdowns. These long, sustained drives on the ground, you kick a field goal, that's a win for the defense.
And he's going to have the 1st down. And that will not officially end it, but for all intents and purposes, they're going to be able to run the clock down from here.
1st and 10.
They're doing a really nice job of keeping this defense on their heels with this balanced attack. We've seen them be effective both run and pass, and right now the defense just doesn't seem to have an answer.
And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play.
You just don't see these kind of holes too often at this NFL level, Mike, and you can see once he got the ball, the clear line to the end zone, he doesn't get touched, and an unfortunate defensive breakdown here ends up costing him 6 points.
Here's Bates for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Lions will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter.
Commanders 16.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. This will be returned from the 6. Across the 20, they'll mark them down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. Here comes the Washington offense now. They get set to take over. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. They'll go play action here with Daniels. That'll be batted away. Incomplete. Coverage very strong defensively. It's 2nd down.
And while this one is all but over, these guys aren't going to let up one bit. They have a lot of pride in their performance, Mike. And just because they had this big lead, they're not going to give you anything easy here down the stretch.
Daniels to throw on 2nd down. He'll step up and run. Nice gain here. He's going to be marked down at the 35-yard line. He'll get a dozen out of that one, scrambling his way to a 1st down.
Washington 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
So it's a win here for the Lions. They were the aggressors from the start, able to dictate the pace of play, and in the end, they come away with the victory. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Lions as we say so long from downtown Detroit.